Yeah. 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 What up, everybody? Welcome to the Zoommates podcast. This is the podcast where we're just trying not to get canceled. I'm one of your hosts, Nick Eden, and to my side, I got my main man, 100 Grand Felt 5. What's going on, bro?
What's happening, bro? What's going on, man?
Hey. I didn't do the extended intro this time because I was like, all right, if he don't hear it this week, boy, we're gonna be in some shit.
Well, I am Phil 5, aka Cinco the Villain, aka Chocolates, as the women call me.
D'Artagnan himself.
D'Artagnan. Yeah, man.
What's going on, bro?
All right, man. You know, just wrapping up a long work week, man. 6 days.
Yeah.
6 day work week, bro. You know, trying to get it.
Man. No, I get it. This week has been one of the ones where it's just like, damn. Yeah. So I feel you, brother. I feel you on that. Hey, man, I gotta say, bro. We got some crazy news yesterday. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
we do this Go Hot segment for the show. And I gotta be honest, man. The first 4 months of 2021, if there's a Go Hot, man, April gotta go, bro. Like,
man, I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you,
bro. April is trash.
This is trash, man.
We just lost DMX, and then we found out yesterday that Black Rob has passed away.
Yeah.
Look, if you're not, if you're not familiar with Black Rob, one, you're probably too young. Two, you don't remember the huge smash hit he had back in the early 2000s. Whoa,
super huge. Yeah,
I mean, bruh, like I thought when Whoa came out, I was like, yo, this is the rebirth of Bad Boy.
It was the culture. It was literally, you know, it's ingrained in hip hop culture, man. You know what I mean? Like, you can't deny the significance of it ever. Like, you can never deny it.
Nobody and don't even get me on a remix. I'm gonna say something right now. I'm not gonna even go into it because I can't rap. But I'm gonna say anybody who has not heard the remix with Raw Digga on it, Digga starts off that verse in the rawest way I've ever heard anybody start a verse. I mean, she absolutely murked that, and I was like, yo, I still listen to that to this day.
Man. It's craziness.
Yeah. So
I can't believe this, man. 2 weeks in a row, man. It's, you know, April been on my shit list for some years anyway, man. Because April is the month I lost my mom, so I ain't really liked April for a long time. But this just adds a little extra seasoning on April is trash.
Yeah. April is definitely trash, bro. And sorry to anybody out there that's got April birthdays, but this month is trash, and it's definitely trash in 2021.
Absolutely.
So we want to send all of our thoughts, prayers, and condolences out to the family of Black Rob, all of his friends, anybody that's been affected by it. And man, just look, man, check on each other, love each other. If you got issues with somebody that's old, hell, even if it's new, man, life is too young, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, life is too precious. You gotta take the time to actually just get rid of those old beefs, get that off of you, because you never know when that person's gonna leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's crazy was he had just done a tribute to DMX. That's what made it so crazy.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, man, the brother don't look so good, man. I was worried, and I guess my worries weren't unfounded. So
what was crazy was you had just, like, maybe 2 days ago, they had just reported that that Puff had reached out to him, because a lot of folks in the hip hop community, and I'm a bit torn on this, and I know we got stuff on the docket, but I'm a bit torn on it because on one end, I don't think that I think Puff gets a lot of continued heat for stuff that happened earlier on in his career.
Yeah.
And I think we don't give people a chance to really grow from there. But I also think that it's a situation that if you had to reach out, if everybody that you were doing business with years ago is still doing it, is I say still, but we don't know what happened in between then, is doing bad like that. You know, a lot of people put that on him like it was his responsibility that
Yeah.
Black Rob was homeless, right?
Yeah.
But I do know that Mark Curry, who wrote the book, who wrote that book about Puff, years ago, he was like, no, Puff has actually reached out to him. He's trying to, work with him, help him get himself, back on his feet. And then he passed away, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, man, like I said, shout out to everybody that was in that brother's life trying to make him, trying to help him get better and
Shout out.
everything. And let's stop demonizing folks after they've grown. We don't, if we had a constant reminder, if we let a constant reminder of who we were, or maybe some of the things that we did in the past affect our growth, Malcolm Little would have never become Malcolm X.
Lord
Right?
knows I made my mistakes. You know
Right.
what I mean?
And
Everybody
before,
out here has.
yeah, and before anybody says it, I am not comparing Puff to Malcolm X. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that brother has done way more good than he's done bad. And it's not, I don't think it's the responsibility of one person to say, okay, just because we had business back in the day, that I'm now responsible for everything that happens to you. So that's just my take on it. I mean, some folks have a different opinion, and I respect
it. I'm of two minds, myself with it. But in the interest of not being a detractor from what we're saying here, we're trying to eulogize Black Rob. So, shout outs to the brother. The Puff reached out to him. That's great. And hopefully, condolences to his family. Hopefully he's getting some peace.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, man. Peace. It's got to be some peace in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So yeah, and we'll save the Puff discussion for another podcast. Maybe next week we'll talk a little bit about that.
That might be a good one for the docket. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Tell me what we got on our plate today, bro.
Let's see here, man. Well, first of all, that we said we weren't gonna do this, but man, that Falcon and that Winter Soldier. We didn't want to become the review show for Falcon and Winter Soldier, especially because there's only one episode left after this one. But good, it's like they raised, the bar was here, and then they raised the bar up here, man. Like next week I'm gonna have to stand up and to describe how far they raised the bar, man. Like Jesus,
yeah, bro. At this point, like, what can you say? First,
that blackness,
yeah, and I get it. It's triggering some folks, and quite frankly, I actually had a discussion about that earlier this week, where it's just like, oh, it's virtue signaling, and it's turning folks off. It's turning a lot more folks on than it is off. So if you have a problem, because this is what I'll say, I want to address this early on. If you have a problem with them fleshing out the story about Isaiah Bradley and what he went through, if you have a problem with that, then you might want to check your source material and actually do your research, because that is the history. That's the backstory of that character. The reason that Isaiah Bradley was not championed as Captain America was because they did not like and want the idea of a black Captain America.
Right.
And they did put him in jail, and they experimented on him. And that's how you have at least in the MCU version, that's how you have the super soldiers now. So if you have a problem with that, then you might not be as big a Marvel fan as you think you are, because it's in the source material. This is historic. This is canon in Marvel, period.
Listen, I'm Cinco the villain, man. If you got a fucking problem with the way that, that they talk about Isaiah Bradley, then you got a motherfucking problem with yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it. I ain't finna sugarcoat it. Like my brother over here, he's trying to be diplomatic for y'all. I'm saying, fuck y'all, okay? I saw the Facebook comments. You know what I mean? I saw people, why is it always gotta be about race? Why is it got? Because it fucking is. Every fucking thing is about race, bro. Okay, so if you don't want to acknowledge that, then fuck you. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. Like I'm not gonna be sugarcoating it. You know what I mean? Like if you got a problem with that, then it's a problem with you, and you need to go back and check yourself because being in jail for 30 years and being experimented on to the point where a nurse had to feel sorry for him and write him off the records. Come on, man. Like,
yeah.
You know, that whole story, I mean, it was so real, and it's like I could feel that happening. It was so rooted in reality. You know what I mean? Like people want to talk about escapism and all that, but it's like, okay, art imitates life. You know what I mean? And that art definitely imitated life. And it's, you know, even when they went back to the boat and they were talking about the people with Anthony Mackie and his family, and the way that that Sam, I call him Sam, the way that Sam had to just sit with that.
Yeah.
And you could feel him sitting with it. Like, shouts out to Anthony Mackie, man, because that was a brilliant, that was a phenomenal, that was Oscar worthy performing right there. The way he sat with that, bro, like the way, you know, man. Shouts out to Isaiah Bradley, the actor who played Isaiah Bradley. Shouts out to everybody in the show, man. You know, even though I hate his face, shout out to John Walker. You know, the actor, you know, Wyatt Russell. Shout out to Wyatt Russell. You know, even though, like I said, I hate his face, and he's evil, but man,
hey, I'm gonna make my own Captain America shield too,
bruh. out of some tinfoil, like look, what are you making out of, dude?
I'm telling you,
that ain't vibranium.
I hope that he's not killed in the finale. I really do hope. And I hope that because
I don't know how they're gonna avoid it. I don't know how they can avoid it, man.
I think I know how they're gonna avoid it. I think they're gonna send him to the raft where Zemo is.
Okay.
And if anybody is not familiar with the raft, if you remember Captain America Civil War, after the fight in Germany at the airport, that was the prison where Sam, Scott, Clint, and Wanda went, the one that that Cap broke them out of at the end. So the raft, and traditionally the raft is where you got the birth of the Thunderbolts, and they've been talking about a Thunderbolt show for a long time, which is pretty much Marvel's version of Suicide Squad. You know, so you're gonna have all of these essentially super criminals in this one spot, and I think that where I personally think it's gonna go is that Thunderbolt Ross is gonna be like, okay, we tried the Sokovia Accords. That didn't rein in the Avengers. You know, he's had a problem with Hulk since the beginning of the MCU. Okay, if we have a problem with these essentially super soldiers, these superheroes, let's put a team together that we can control, since we can't control the Avengers. And I think that's where the Thunderbolts is going to come from. And I think that's why I'm like, he doesn't need to die, because we need him as U.S. agent in the Thunderbolts, because it again, it matches the comics. So I think that's where it's going to go. I hope that's where it's going to go. Wyatt Russell has been putting on an amazing performance. He's shown how he's made us hate. I told you last week he made my list, but he's he's put us in a spot where we love to hate him because he's so good at it, and just
he lied so good. He lied.
Yeah,
to
man.
them black folks, man. He lied to them people. It's like they asked him a specific question, and he didn't even have to lie, but he did anyway. I don't
bullface ass
man.
lie.
Just
he could have simply said he had something to do with it, but the person
which is
who actually did it, I am still going after them, and I won't stop until I get them. He could have easily said that, but he was like, "Nah, that was him."
Why did he lie? I don't even understand.
I think he's trying to justify in his mind everything, because I think another part of that when he was meeting with the GBR or the GRC, sorry, and he was stripped of everything. I think that kind of lended itself to a feeling that a lot of, and I know we laugh and we joke on this, but some of the stuff that we talk about is pretty serious.
Yeah,
I think that kind of lends itself to what a lot of folks in the military go through when it's like, I've given you guys everything, and now you're just going to take everything away.
Right. That, you know what? Like, in that instance, it's like if you were gonna root for John Walker, then
that was it.
I could see that. You know what I mean? Because especially being that I have some people who are in the service, you know, in my family, and a lot of them didn't get everything that, you know, was promised to them from the country. So it's real, man. Like the writing team and the actors, like just everything, man. This show is phenomenal. And I mean, WandaVision was phenomenal in a completely different way. So I have to like give so many flowers and credit to the team, because man, just this is Oscar stuff, man. It's probably not going to get any type of Emmys or Oscar or anything like that, but this is Oscar level work. Like this is not.
I think that if any show does get it, it's going to be WandaVision. And I think because WandaVision was so different than anything else that was on TV.
It was weird. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it's not just the fact that it was different. I felt like Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany and just the entire, Tiana Paris, the entire team put on these great performances.
Right.
But I think it was so different and it stood out so much and nobody was expecting it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say, I don't want to call Falcon and Winter Soldier predictable, because it certainly wasn't, because they went some places I thought that they would not ever go. But you knew what you were getting into with Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was going to be like a buddy cop type of action-packed superhero movie. So it was going to have its share of funny moments, its serious moments. It's going to be chock full of action. They were going to talk a lot about Captain America. Like, we kind of knew where they were going with Falcon and Winter Soldier. We had no idea where they were going with WandaVision. And it came and it hit everybody over the head. And everybody was like, shit, wait a minute. Even the detractors, when it got to, I'll never forget when it got to episode 4 of WandaVision, everybody was like, are you serious? And then everybody was hooked and they couldn't get enough of it. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, shout out to everybody at Disney Plus. It's a lot of rumors. It's a lot of rumors about what's going to be going on in the MCU going forward. I know that they did greenlight doing a series on Wakanda, which I'm excited about. And if I'm being completely honest, I know that we're supposed to get Black Panther 2 next year. I really wish they would push Black Panther 2 back.
I do too.
And flesh out some of the stuff they got to flesh. If you're not going to cast T'Challa, recast T'Challa, which I think is a mistake, then you need some more time to flesh out some other things in the Black Panther universe. So I feel like it should be the Wakanda series first, especially when you just had Io and the rest of the Dora Milaje show up on Falcon and Winter Soldier in the way that they did and the impact that they made on that show. That's where you got to kind of lead things in, just in my opinion.
But I'm going to tell you, though, like, the reason that I do trust Marvel and the reason that I feel like they're going to do this the right way is because of that. I didn't expect to see the Dora Milaje in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I mean, maybe a little bit, because, they did have all the interaction with Bucky, the White Wolf and all of that. But I really did not expect for them to be a part of this show the way that they were, especially to bring in Io and just give that actress her due, because she's been such an integral part of the smaller part of the cinematic universe, to actually give her more of a presence. Shout out to Marvel, man. Like, and I feel like in Armor Wars and all the other shows, we're gonna see more of Wakanda. So I feel like it's gonna be I feel like it's gonna work. By the time they get there, it's gonna make sense.
And I get that, and you're right, especially when it comes to Io, because you got to realize that was the first Dora we were introduced to.
Yeah,
don't forget she was with T'Challa and T'Chaka in Captain America: Civil War.
Right.
So
right.
I think them going with Io as opposed to Okoye was such a smart move, because it was really full circle to everybody that was involved when Zemo kind of threw everybody's universe off. Yeah. So I trust them. I can't help but, and I think a part of it has to do with Ryan Coogler maybe about a month ago having an interview talking about how difficult it was to write this. And he may have been saying it in a past tense, but they're supposed to start shooting in like 2.5 months. Right. So to me, that's like, if it's so difficult and you're so nervous for it, it's like, why not just push it back? But I'll go with you. I'll trust him on.
Yeah. The man has to write an entire, movie without his main character. I can't even imagine the type of task. How do you do that? Like
yeah, and honestly,
how do you do that?
I think, if I'm being completely honest with you, I think that Chadwick Boseman would have wanted them to recast T'Challa. He wouldn't have wanted the character to die with him because he was just that type of actor. Now, don't get me wrong. It would be extremely difficult for someone else to fill those shoes.
Absolutely.
And we as fans, see, here's the thing. The problem is, and this is not a diss or a dig towards Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard playing Rhodey in the first Iron Man movie was cool, but that role belongs to Don Cheadle.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
I think that it will be the opposite. You're going to run into this no matter who you recast, and you can have some amazing actors, but Chadwick Boseman was just that phenomenal that,
I feel like they can either bring Shuri up to snuff to be the next Black Panther. She hasn't gotten to the point where she's earned that yet, or they could do the thing where they could actually do what Coming to America tried to do and bring in another prince from T'Chaka. Because we know that Wakanda has agents. They have agents all over the world, so they could bring in somebody else to fill in the space. But I just trust Marvel, man. I feel like they've earned it. 20 movie run. You know what I mean? Yeah. 2 phenomenal series, and we still got Loki. What is it? Loki, Armor Wars.
We got Loki, what else we Armor got? Wars. Right now, they're shooting Miss Marvel. Now. So right now, the ones in production that I know about are Armor Wars and Miss Marvel. They got the Loki series coming. They're also going to drop the What If series, which is going to be the animated version, which is actually going to be Chadwick Boseman's last performance.
Yeah,
where he plays T'Challa, and he's actually abducted by Yondu, and he becomes Star-Lord of Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm really excited about that.
Wow.
Have you seen that trailer?
No, I haven't. I actually haven't.
I'm gonna send it to you. Man. It's dope. It's really dope.
We're gonna have to figure out how to play trailers in this show, because I feel like the viewers, the listeners will they would appreciate that those type of things. But we'll add those in as we progress.
Yeah, most definitely.
Thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, for sure. So we're not gonna, like I said, like Phil said, we're not gonna turn this into just a review show. We may do some extra content where we just do reviews and stuff like that, but main show probably definitely not. So yeah, if you have not watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, please do this. I would say this: start tomorrow at episode 1. So by the time Friday hits, you are completely caught up. You're going to want to binge it, which I'm okay with, but just start from episode 1, get all the way to this Friday and see the finale. I have no doubt. I saw some of the extra footage, some of the trailer footage for the finale, and I want to see that suit.
Oh man, that's gonna be crazy.
I want to see that suit, and I want to see great value Captain America try to rip these wings off. Nah.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I know we got your favorite segment coming up, bro. And I love it too. I joke around, but I love it too, man. What we got next? We got this go hot or go home.
Man, okay, we got the go hot, man. The go hot or go home. What it is, basically, we take the principles behind one got to go, and we rebranded it, for us, man. You know what I mean? Because if it don't go hot, it go home. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
this
sir.
week we're doing 90s black comedies. Now, this is always a point of contention among us, because me and Nick have drastically, we have similar tastes in movies, but we also have different tastes in our comedies. So and then it's also going to be interesting to see what the audience thinks of these movies. So this week we have, and we're going to discuss them. We have House Party. This is the first one. House Party. 2, Coming to America. Major Pain. And Friday. Now, we all know that these are all amazing black comedies in their own right. But if you had to get rid of one of them, which one would you get rid of? Nicholas, go.
Well, first, can I slightly change the format on it, because I mean this one is a little more difficult than last week.
Yeah, last week was a softball. I started y'all off easy.
Yeah,
this is a little harder.
I want to talk about what's gonna stay first.
Okay.
So what's got to stay over any of them is House Party. House Party has to stay. There's just no way around that. And then after that, I would probably say that Coming to America has to stay.
Yeah. For me, that's in reverse. For me, it's Coming to America first. That has to stay. And then House Party is a very close second. Very close second.
Wait. So you're telling me that you think that Coming to America was better than House Party?
In a different way, man. Like, Coming to America is a classic romp. Okay, the significance of Coming to America was more, to me, because, okay, how many black rom-coms that are genuinely black that we have in that time?
Man, listen, I will fight you.
but you see what I'm saying, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we needed that type of media. Like, it was more significant. Now, House Party, fun, awesome, you know what I mean? Lots of energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, gave us classic dance vibes, all that. But Coming to America, like, just a sense of, theater and what we need, as a people. Like, it was a love story, man. It was a beautiful love story. And we didn't have that for, black folks, and the regalness of it all. You know what I mean? Like, it was so regal. Everybody was sharp. They had the, you know what I'm saying? Like King Joffrey Joffer, Queen Aeolian. You know what I mean?
I'm talking to my son.
You know what I'm saying? Even when you get over to America, you got brother Cleo McDowell and Lisa and Patricia running the restaurant. You know what I mean? He's the black man that built his way up. You know what I'm saying? Even though he copying off McDonald's.
I was about to say he built his way up off trademark infringement, brother.
listen. You know why I don't care about that? How many times have we been trademark infringed upon? I don't care.
True.
They burgers, bro. Like
Elvis is the ultimate trademark infringement.
Man, you could take all the marketing if you want to in the world, but if the burgers are trash, nobody eating them. You know what I mean? You can take all the McDonald's marketing, but the word is gonna spread that your burgers are trash and that you a fake McDonald's. But it seemed like nobody cared, and nobody cared about McDonald's because the food was probably good. The food was good.
No. Let me tell you something, because we're gonna get back to which ones had to go next. But do you remember when I first went to New York in like 2007?
Yeah.
The first place I went to go find 8507 Queens Boulevard.
Oh my God, what did that look like, man?
It was the old Wendy's. It was like an old Wendy's. I was bruh, you gotta be kidding me, man.
What?
And they've been shut down. I was like, damn, Cleo McDowell doing bad. But I didn't know he shut it down to open a McDowell's in Zamunda. I didn't know. I was just like, damn, man, he shut it down, man. He left the neighborhood. He doing bad. What the hell, Akeem?
First of all, 8507 Queens Boulevard should be a national landmark. Okay, it should be a national landmark. I'm saying it today. That is a location that needs to be like historically renovated. Everybody should visit it.
It should be the McDowell's Museum.
Yeah, it should be a McDowell's Museum. Like, come on, man. Are you serious? Like,
it should be a McDowell's Museum.
Dog, coming to America, and it's for all these reasons. I mean, as much as I love House Party, and I love House Party, but for these other reasons I'm talking about, that's why I feel like Coming to America is slightly above House Party.
Man, look, House Party is my ultimate. I told you I base my top movies on rewatchability. If I can watch this movie over and over and over,
you can do it. You can watch Coming to America over and over and over.
I probably watch House Party 3 times as much as I've watched Coming to America. To put it into perspective, I watched when the sequel came out, when Coming to America 2 came out. I watched the first one, and that was the first time that I had watched it in maybe like 2 or 3 years. I've watched House Party at least 10 or 12 times between that time. Like, to me, it gives me, like, honestly, it's that ultimate, like, I don't know if anybody else gets this feeling, but you ever get that feeling, that Saturday morning feeling where you wake up and it's like, oh man, okay, we clean the house, or we doing this or whatever, and we put on a good Saturday morning type of movie. That's House Party to me.
Exactly.
That's why I'm like, the rewatchability. If I watch that movie every Saturday for a year, I would not get tired of it. Period.
Me neither. I mean, I can't disagree with you there. I love House Party, like, and I mean, I just instantly thought of another movie that I should have put in the categories.
If it's the movie I think it is, man, I would end this segment right now.
Should I say it?
Go ahead and say it, but we're not putting it in there.
Come on, man.
We ain't putting it in there. Because I can tell you, we ain't putting it in there.
Hey, all I'm going to say is, when you got the glow, you got the glow. The golden glow. When you love to live, you live to love. Oh, got to reach in the upper level.
I still listen to that soundtrack. I got that soundtrack in my phone right now.
I should have put this in the
level. Your mind, body, and soul must be one. It's a sacrifice. It takes hard work. It's a way of life. When you got the glow, man, bruh. Bruce Leroy and them.
Just directing your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza.
Don't know. Not sure I tell you if I did.
You the same fool that came dressed as a coolie.
Catching bullets with your teeth, nigga, please.
Nigga, please.
Yeah, I'm glad you did not put that in this, because I probably would have had to shut down this whole damn segment. I'm telling you.
Watch that face, baby.
My man.
That's another movie that I can quote word for word, bro. Like, oh my God. It is. Okay, an honorable mention. That's an honorable mention. That's an honorable mention. And honestly, it should be in place of another movie on this list. But even though I love all the movies on this list, I love all of the movies on this list.
This decision is real easy for me. The next one that has to stay, if we're talking between Major Payne and Friday,
bro, we got to. No, I'm sorry. I'm making an executive decision. Zoommates podcast. Last Dragon is going in place of Major Payne. Okay,
because Major Payne was going to have to go.
Major Payne is an honorable mention. It's a terrific movie that I love, that I will watch, over and over again. But I'm sorry, Last Dragon's got to go in there, man. We just made it harder. I thought you said we trying not to get canceled, man. What are you doing?
Hey, I'm quoting the movie. I am not making fun of anybody with any disabilities, but that shit was funny. I refuse to judge 1990s movies by 2021 standards. Period.
We can't.
I just won't.
We can't do that.
That shit was fucking hilarious.
We cannot do that. Oh.
He shaved the blind dude's head and his CNI dog. Like that shit was hilarious.
Now, my little group of scrotum sacks, you will strive to be like me.
Chicka, 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 choo, choo. And it was blood
like
and guts and spitting ass everywhere. Yeah. Nah, bro. But all that being said, as great as that movie was,
man, it was awesome.
It had to go. Now, if you're putting, okay, this is gonna change up my order just a bit.
Yeah,
if that's the case.
Okay.
So the first one is still House Party. Still House Party still my number one. It's still it's got to be the one that stays.
Okay.
The second one that has to stay has to be The Last Dragon. Period. And then the third, as much as I love Craig and the crew, Coming to America has to stay. So Friday gotta go. Friday, go hot. Friday, go home.
Oh man, it hurts my soul to even say it, man. Like, okay, so for me, my order is this: number 1, Coming to America. Number 2, Bruce Leroy, who is the Last Dragon, and my man Sho'nuff. Number 3, jeez. Let's see. Friday and House Party. Oh man, this is gonna be this is tough, man. And
first of all, brother, the fact that House Party is that far down your list is deeply disturbing to me.
No, I'm sorry.
20+ years of friendship. I
love, man, and I mean, okay, if this was a race,
Tisha Campbell,
bruh,
Sydney, and let me say this: Shireen was finer than Sydney, but in that scene where her parents are coming home and kid is in the bedroom with her and she starts taking off everything, do you know what that does to a 10-year-old boy?
I will have to see your Tisha Campbell and I will raise you a Nia Long running down the street. I want to get next to you.
Nia Long running down the street was extremely sexy.
Spending my time, wasting my time.
Listen, let me tell you something, brother. Stop or we will not get monetized. No.
They do it like that.
Man, they'll get you.
They that hard on it. Man.
YouTube will get your ass on that.
But
man. No, look.
For singing a song. Wow, that's crazy.
Listen, Nia Long running down the street. You look at Craig and Smokey's reaction, and it was justified. Tisha Campbell taking that stuff off, and look at kids' reaction. And you tell me who's got the best reaction. I'm telling you. I popped like 2 chest hairs when she took that shirt off. It is not
look
a game in these streets.
I will raise you. I can't remember if it was 7th grade. I think it was 7th grade. I will raise you a 7th grade felt seeing Miss Parker bending over. And they walking by, and I'm like, oh Lord! So
Miss Parker definitely was, Miss Parker. I felt Bernie Mac on that. Good Lord, have mercy.
Oh my Lord.
Okay, okay. I will take that. I will take that. And I will raise
Regina King still fine.
Regina King
is still fine.
Regina King has gotten better after all these years.
Man, she is still gorgeous.
Yes.
So is Nia Long. And so is Nia Long.
True. This is very true. Now, I'll say this much. I will take Miss Parker and I will raise you AJ Johnson, a.k.a. Shireen, in that yellow spandex outfit.
Oh, that's hard.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I have never subscribed to a lot of the colorism in our society.
Me neither.
But when I tell you, she put the chocolate sisters on the map with that. Man. And let me also say this for my folks, my folks that grew up in the hood. You wanted to try some of that goddamn Kool-Aid.
Man,
that Kool-Aid Peanut was making.
You definitely wanted.
You wanted to try some of that Kool-Aid. I don't give a damn what nobody said. You wanted to try that Kool-Aid, and you Peanut. And while you at it, Peanut, make me some Dick Gregory too. I don't care what nobody says.
But here's my thing about Friday, man. It was like the music, the whole. Man, how could you make a movie so interesting and so funny with two niggas just sitting out on the stoop? R.I.P. my man, Tiny Zeus Lester. You know what I'm saying? Every time Devo came, when I first seen that movie, I was like, oh, that nigga scared me. I'm like, I'm not even there. When he punched that dude, when he punched Red in the sky, everybody was like, oh shit. Come on, man. It was such comedic gold. Like, I mean, listen, House Party had their moments. I mean, Full Force did their thing. They definitely did their thing, but is a more iconic villain.
Let me say
Debo
this
in the black community.
Let me say that.
No one.
Let me say this.
Don't nobody remember Full Force.
I remember Full Force because we gonna kick they fucking ass.
Bro, we remember. We remember Full Force because we love the movie. The culture.
But hold on.
Remembers Debo.
But wait, if you want, because you went there. If we're gonna talk about the music, what we like musically from Friday was a lot of the nostalgia from the music. House Party did it with current music that was original. I'm gonna say this. Tell me.
So we gonna act like Keep the Heads Ringing ain't happening. we gonna act like Ice Cube ain't had. Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air.
Okay, that's one. But the first thing you brought up, the first piece of music you brought up was "I Wanna Get Next to You."
Yeah,
it's but I'm sorry. Keep Your Head Ringing was great. But it wasn't better than the PLAY. Just here to say hi. Asking you, may I? Man, look, listen, nigga. Everybody that
picked up the microphone, a pad, and a pen. The legend of the tramp begins.
That's what I'm saying. Up until,
but I'm a rapper.
Eminem,
I'm gonna remember that.
But I'm not a rapper, and I remember it. All I'm saying is, up until Eminem let us know that Clarence had real good parents, there was not another rap battle in movies greater and more iconic than Kid and Play. Period.
I gotta.
And then the dance movie. So we talk about the culture. We still, till this day, there are kids that were not even alive when House Party came out that do the Kid and Play kick and spin. Period. There's. It just,
you got a point.
Exactly.
But exactly. I will take the Kid and Play dance, and I will raise you the cultural meme that got so stale that everybody got tired of it. But
white folks did it.
it was because white folks did it. But before white folks did, the reason that white folks did it is because we were doing it first, and we were doing it effectively, and we were making it cool. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
Yo,
it's two words. It's two words.
Listen, I actually named. So I got a neighborhood cat outside my house. After a while, I just start buying cat food for her. I'm talking about Lil Some Guns. She just hangs around, and I called her Felicia because for the longest it was like bye, Felicia. Like, but she keep coming around. Yeah, I'm like, here go Felicia, begging ass. And look, Kayla, Paige, Danielle, my mom, my niece Ashley, everybody calls the cat Felicia. They all know who Felicia is. So I'll take that. I'll take that on you. It's still my number one. It's still my number one. Gotta stay. But go finish your list, brother. Finish your list.
Okay. So
you got a decision to make.
Man, yeah, but this is tough. Very tough. Between House Party and Friday, I'm going to have to go with, because of all the reasons that we stated earlier. Drum roll, please. All right. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with House Party, man. I gotta go with House Party. I gotta go with House Party. Very tough, man. Very, very tough. But like, I mean, okay. House Party is a movie. No, I'm saying that House Party is the one that stays.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. House Party is the one that stays. The one that's got to go is Friday.
Friday got to go. Sorry. Like, it's just, that just kind of, and I would say this.
I hate this, man. This was terrible.
You created this damn game.
I made the list, but
with the exception of one movie, I had no input on this list. So this is your creation. I'm going to say this. If it were the original list, I think that we can all safely agree that Major Payne would have been gone.
Major Payne would have been gone. Yeah.
For many of the reasons that you listed about Friday. I will say this, out of all of these movies that we've talked about, the two most quoted movies are Coming to America and Friday.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. They got the most quotables.
And that's why it was so hard for me to pick Friday out of this list, because, you know, there are a few quotables from House Party, but the things that are most quotable about House Party is the dances. You know what I mean? It's the vibe of it. You know what I mean? Like, these kids doing music today are still trying to recreate that vibe that House Party had.
Yeah.
You know, that's how iconic it was. That's how much of a feeling, you know what I'm saying, that it gives you.
Let me tell you something. Even but like before the pandemic and everything got shut down, what I remember the most, like here on the coast in particular, any themed parties, if it was a 90s party, they always went with the House Party theme. Like, period. Yeah. Like it was just that dope. And there was a few of them like that. Like, I went to a couple in Atlanta like that before. Anything that was 90s themed was definitely a House Party. There was a flyer, it was the commercials, like everything, and they all did the kick, the whole nine. I was actually planning, like, I was like, yo, because I never celebrate my birthday like that.
Yeah.
So I was gonna do a House Party themed party for my birthday. So yeah, but and it definitely had quotables, but Friday and Coming to America definitely had the most quotables, like, period. So that was a good one. That was a great go hot. That was different.
Yeah.
You threw the curveball in there, putting in Last Dragon.
Yeah, I had to, man, because I mean, I didn't want no gimmies. I definitely wanted to be like iconic. This has got to, when we do the go highs, you got to go hot or go home. And as much as I love, man, it still hurts me to say Friday, man. It hurt.
I'm probably gonna go watch House Party after this. I'm just letting you know now. If I was gonna watch anything from this, I was gonna watch House Party and listen to the Last Dragon soundtrack.
Dude, when I had no cable and I was in this house, you know what I'm saying? When I had no cable, like I was traveling back and forth from Texas back in 2013. Every time I came home, I had one DVD, and it was I put it on loop. It was Friday. It was Friday, man. Like, I watched Friday so much, like I can quote every word in the movie. That's why this hurts me so bad, because I would be sure that I was like, nah, man, Friday, my favorite movie. Friday is like my second favorite movie next to Coming to America. But God, it's crazy.
I will say it is noteworthy to say that on this list there are only two of these that I have the physical DVD for in my living room right now. That's House Party and The Last Dragon.
Wow.
I found Last Dragon in that $5 bin at Walmart. I was like, oh, hell yes.
So you don't have Friday? You don't have Friday on DVD?
No, not at all.
What?
Let me tell you something. I did not, if I'm being honest,
Here we go. We getting into the next segment here. We getting into the next segment. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and preface the next segment before you even start that. The next segment. We came up with this next segment because my brother and me, we definitely have different tastes, but it seems like he has a lot of vitriol for certain things, and I'm like, why you hate this so much? So we have a segment called Nick Hates Everything. Go ahead, brother.
So listen, when the movie first came out, this was back in the day when it was still being played on pay-per-view. And you remember how things used to be back then, right?
Yeah.
Like you could listen to the whole movie with all the squiggly lines, and like the first 2 minutes of it you can see before it went squiggly. And that's why most of us were sitting there watching stuff when they had.
You got to be old to remember that. You got to be old.
Yeah, you got to be old to remember that. You know, you see like one titty before everything just kind of squiggles off. Yep. Yeah, but
and then you be trying to make out the titties when they be squiggling and stuff. Every now and then, like
it was straighten up.
It will straighten up a little bit.
But it'd be green.
It'd be a Mars titty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, we are just trying not to get canceled. We're just trying.
Hey, it was a time, man.
It was a different time.
It was a different time.
So my cousin, who I spent the majority of the time when I was a kid, I spent with my cousin. He loved the movie, and what was crazy was almost everything that he loved, I hated. It's amazing how we got along like that, because I like even now, like we're still close to this day.
Yeah,
but and there's a lot of stuff that we both like. But I had a Sega Genesis. He had a Super Nintendo. He liked the Bulls. I liked the Lakers. Like it was like everything he liked, I hated. He loved rap. I loved R&B.
But did you hate Super Nintendo?
Oh, I hated.
Or did you hated it?
Let me tell you why I hated Super Nintendo. I hated Super Nintendo for one reason and one reason only.
Wow.
You could not get blood on Mortal Kombat. And they had the weakest alternative finishers. And I think this is probably what turned me off the game. Maybe it's probably something I need to talk to my therapist about. It's definitely
get Nick gaming, y'all. We got to do it. We're gonna do it.
We're not gonna do that. But when I saw those weak finishers on Super Nintendo, I was like, "And y'all telling me that this is the Nick?" Nah, I'm done. So yeah, this is probably the reason that you can't get Nick gaming, is because Super Nintendo had the only redeeming quality that Super Nintendo had.
But you had the Sega Genesis with the blood code.
I had a Sega with the blood code. You're right. But when I was stuck at his house, because like we would trade off weekends. So one weekend he would stay over here. The next weekend I would go over there.
Yeah.
Bruh, you have no idea what it's like trying to play Mortal Kombat. Frustrated. It was like the blue balls of gaming with these terrible finishers. And the only redeeming quality that Super Nintendo had was Super Mario Kart. Period. But that's one of the things I hate. But
you mess with Zelda, bro. You mess with Zelda.
I had Zelda on regular Nintendo. And
okay. But Zelda, a link to the past. A Link to the Past was classic. A Link to the Past was a classic game.
See, now y'all about to find out exactly how much I hate. I hated The Legend of Zelda. It was the most boring game I ever played in my fucking life.
See,
I hate it. I had it. I thought it was cool because it was the gold cartridge, and that shit shine. Whenever I had I had like this little Nintendo case for all my games, and I popped up and it just be shining. But it was boring as hell.
But you only played the first one. Did you play the one?
You only get one chance.
No, it's not.
To make a first impression with me.
But look, there's so many different abilities that you can do in Zelda now that you could not do in the original Nintendo game. That's like me. Well, I have bad examples, But
you have very bad examples. But see, like my sister loved to play, and I always equated it, and I love my sister. God knows I do. If she's watching this, Dana, I love you very much. But the fact that my sister liked the game is one of the reasons that I didn't like the game, because I felt like it was boring, like when Wimbledon would come on and she would sit and watch Wimbledon. So for me, I equated
really
it
is
to being
boring until Serena Williams got there.
Yes, that's true. But until like I equated that with the same type of boringness. So I hated The Legend of Zelda, and then to find out that his name wasn't Zelda, that he was actually Link, I was like, I feel deceived. But anyway, all that to say,
okay, that's like me hating regular Mario Brothers. I mean, like I played regular Mario Brothers where you just jumping over the damn barrel, and then hating Super Mario Brothers when it came out, which was a immensely much better game than
first off, the original Mario
crappy ass Mario Brothers.
Regular Mario Brothers was fire. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You got to come up with it. Mario Brothers has been fire from the beginning. Unlike The Legend of Zelda.
Man, The Legend of Zelda was fire, dog.
The Legend of Zelda was boring as shit. But anyway, like I said, all of that hate led up to the hate when he came in, because he was the one that introduced me to the movie Friday. And so I was like, it's cool. I appreciated Friday more as an adult than I did as a kid. I just wasn't into it. Because then on top of that, at that time, I was just like, I don't understand the hype around weed. Like, I wasn't that kid. Like, I still don't. Like, I get it. Folks partake in everything. I don't particularly like it. So for me, it was just like, And again, I began to appreciate it more as an adult. I really didn't start liking Friday until I was in my 20s, if I'm being honest. So it didn't impact me culture-wise the way it impacted everybody else. There was some funny things in there. I thought Chris Tucker was very over the top. I thought Nia Long looked great. I thought Miss Parker looked great. But overall, it was just like, it's okay.
That was premium Chris Tucker. Like, he didn't get any better than he did in Friday. Like, that was his best comedic performance, like, ever in any movie.
I beg to differ.
Okay, here we go. Nick hates everything. Let's hit it.
I'm not saying I hated him in it, but I think his performance in Rush Hour was a lot better.
No,
he had better chemistry with Jackie Chan than he had with Ice Cube.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Not the win out of it. Yes, he did.
Oh, man, you lying, man. You ain't never met Martin Luther King.
Listen, that's what I said. More quotables, but he had more chemistry. Look, if I don't give a damn who you are, and this is probably the most stereotypical thing that you could say to anybody, but if you see a skinny black guy and an Asian guy together, I don't give a damn what you're going in your mind. You're gonna be like, Carter Lee. I don't care. Like it just kind of is what it is.
I mean, it was, the fish out of water thing was funny, you know what I'm saying? Because Chris Tucker clearly was out of his element when he was dealing with all the, the Asian bad guys and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's like the comedy within the neighborhood with regular things just happening, is more probable. Like I'm more apt to walk down the street and see Craig and Smokey sitting on the stoop than I am to see Jackie Chan.
First movie, you more likely to see Craig and Day Day because he did several Rush Hours. He did one Friday, and every time they ask me, "No, I ain't doing it again."
No, I'm just saying, if I'm talking about characters, I will see more, Craig and Smokey's than I will see, goddamn Jackie Chan's and Chris Tucker's together. I don't know, man. It was cool. It was cool. Definitely, I love, Rush Hour was dope. But if you put Rush Hour on this list compared to Friday, you picking Friday. You ain't picking no Rush Hour.
I'm picking Rush Hour.
Now you tripping. I'm finna end this call. I'm finna end this call right now, bro. No. We are not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not.
I'm picking Rush Hour. Sorry.
You picking Rush Hour over Friday.
I'm picking Rush Hour over Friday. Hell yes, I am.
Nigga, what the my kids are here, and I'm trying not to cuss as much. But
I'm picking Rush Hour.
Nigga,
Sorry.
get your black ass out of here.
I'm just saying.
Get your black ass out of here.
I have the power of the N button, sir. I did not share the N button.
You black bastard. How dare you, sir? How dare you besmirch Friday?
This sick of weed. I'm telling you, I'm picking look, I'm picking Rush Hour over. And just to spite Felt, I am after I get through watching House Party and listening to the Last Dragon soundtrack, I'm gonna watch Rush Hour.
This is bullshit. Okay, Friday is a better movie than Rush Hour. It is.
Folks, y'all let us know what y'all think. Comment if you're watching the YouTube version of this. Comment below and let us know.
Yeah, comment.
Do you think
if you
that
have
Rush
the right
Hour
choice
is better
or the wrong one? The right choice is Friday. The wrong choice is Rush Hour. And if
how
you like
just
Rush
gonna
Hour
impose
over Friday,
your will, President Trump? What kind of shit is that?
because there's some things that are finite, my nigga, and that is finite. Okay,
it's not
you
finite.
Wrong.
I hear you, Thanos. All I'm saying is Rush Hour was better. Rush Hour was better, and then don't even get me on the okay.
What the sequels to what? To Friday?
I'm leaving it alone.
No, because see, Friday, the next Friday, and Rush Hour 2. Those are we're not talking about that. We're talking about the originals. Rush Hour.
If we're being honest, next Friday, not Friday after next, but next Friday does give Friday a bit of a run for its money.
We ain't doing this, okay? We're not doing this. This is finite. Friday is better.
Day was in his motherfucking bag, bro.
Yes, he was.
Sorry. Day came in and nobody thought that Mike Epps was gonna be able to do it.
They had to, because Chris Tucker put on such a great performance. You had to come in swinging.
Day was in his bag, bro.
You had
Uncle Elroy was in his bag.
Yeah, Uncle Elroy was dope, but I'm saying, like
Big
the
Joker.
thing is, they needed 3 characters to make Friday pop. They needed Craig, they needed Smokey, and they needed Debo to make Friday. Well, 4 characters. John Witherspoon. They needed them 4 characters to make Friday what it was. They needed Don DC Curry, Kim Whitfield.
They needed Bernie Mac. They needed the Reverend. They needed Miss Parker. They needed Mr. Parker. They needed
I'm saying the core cast. Now Bernie Mac did add to the movie. You know what I'm saying? My man's
Big Worm was part of the core cast. It was the whole plot of the movie.
I feel you, dog.
So they needed Big Worm on that too. But I'm sorry, like Big Joker. That little dude was funny as shit.
He was. He really was. He really was. Hey, I heard it was a rumor that he was
the Wire.
I heard it was a rumor that he was Rey Mysterio Jr. Is there any truth to that?
No, there's no truth to that at all.
Okay, I don't know.
I've seen Rey Mysterio Jr. without his mask, and Rey Mysterio Jr. was a lot younger than Big Joker.
Okay,
but no, bruh. Big Joker. No, Leroy, I'm bilingual. There's a difference. Man, bro, I'm sorry. Hey, next Friday gave Friday a run for his money. But I'll
Friday is a better movie. But Friday is better. I know we voted Friday out of the go-out. But we're not going to do this to Friday, okay? Friday was a classic, okay? It is a classic movie. Next Friday is not a classic. It is a good movie. It's a great movie. Next Friday is a great movie, not a classic. Okay, it's a difference. It's just like albums. We're not doing this. Rush Hour is not a classic. Okay, Friday is a classic. No, there's nowhere that you can ask black people if Rush Hour is a classic, and they say yes. Rush Hour is not a classic. Friday is a classic. See, bro. Hey, I'm just going to impose my will. Hey, the Zoommates podcast is now being taken over by Cinco the Villain. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Friday is back in the Friday.
I have the power. He is muted. I'm
unmuted.
And he's muted again. It is not a game.
And I'm back again.
I will keep muting your ass. It is not a game.
You can't keep a good man down, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, everything has been taken over. This is not a game. We will not besmirch the good name
of
next Friday.
We doing that.
Yeah,
we doing that. Damn. I see here. Who's President Trump now? Who's the Republican?
All I'm saying is, what we will not do is we will not besmirch the good name of next Friday.
Okay, I hear you, Donald.
All of this
Donald.
Fake news about Friday being so much better and next Friday not being a classic, we will not have it.
Oh yeah. I hear you, Mitch McConnell.
I'm not gonna go along with this type of bullshit rhetoric that Phil 5 is putting out. This is I'm just saying,
my God.
Very clearly that next Friday is on par with Friday, so we're not going to. But see, what's crazy is now that I say it in those voices, I can't agree with and have to disagree with everything that they're about. And that's what makes it better. It's just like, damn, now I got to disagree with it because it was said in their voices.
Yeah.
So we're just going to end that. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, if you have enjoyed an hour plus of us just sitting here and talking bullshit, please subscribe. If you are listening to the podcast version of this, follow us on your podcast platform of choice. If you are watching the YouTube version of this, please hit that like button. Hit that like button. Subscribe, share the show, let everybody know. This is a shout out to all our Zoomies out there. Let everybody know about the Zoommates podcast and how we will be back. And we're going to have some more content as the platform grows. We're going to be bringing you a lot more. We got some guests that want to come in. We got some folks that's like, hey man, put me on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that just yet, brother. I don't know about all that just yet.
We don't know about putting y'all in.
If you look, there's only so much room on the laptop below. So I just don't know if we can fit another emoji in there. That's all I'm saying. Phil, what you got up this week, brother?
Man, you know what I mean? Just trying to pay these bills, brother. We're gonna get ready to put together another docket, for a great show for you guys next week.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we don't have any more tragedy this month. Please, April, leave us alone. Okay. Man. Leave our legends alone. Leave me alone. Leave Nick alone. Leave our families alone. Leave everybody, leave all the listeners to the Zoommates. You know what I'm saying? We hope y'all have a great week. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure.
Just trying to make it do what it do, man.
Yeah, and I want to say, and if anybody has any suggestions for any segments, look, these things are not finite. Hit us up, leave comments, send us messages, and just let us know. Hey, if there's something that you want to hear us talk. I know somebody asked me about crypto, so I think in the midst of all this stuff going on,
don't get me talking about that.
I was just about to say, Phil's a crypto guy. I learn a lot from him. But in the midst of everything that happened with Dogecoin this week and everything, so I think it may be worth it to add some stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
But other than that, we appreciate you all. We love you all. Thank you for supporting the show. And we will see y'all same time next week. Take care.
Peace.